Hi friends, Theresa Fincher here, and I wanted to share some things with you this month since it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is a 1-year anniversary for me. I was diagnosed with breast cancer on October 22nd, so in Breast Cancer Awareness Month in 2016, and I was diagnosed on November 9th of that same year with stage 4 breast cancer. So that was kind of a heavy blow to get hit with, not only that I had breast cancer, but that I was also in advanced stages already. Some of you have seen a note that I wrote about, please don't send me hearts to put on my wall. Please don't play games and send me something as a message and ask me to put one word out there in support of breast cancer. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Hey girls, here's the heart. Just put the heart on your wall. I talked about last year when I was going through the diagnosis that I was getting pelted with those requests, and it really pissed me off. It was, it just felt overwhelming to me. And I didn't see the sense in it, and I still don't. And so what I'm asking from everybody is that in Breast Cancer Awareness Month that we think about what we do in support of it and how we really bring awareness, because that's what the month is about, is bringing awareness. And so I was thinking about what could I say or do to bring more awareness about breast cancer. Because I'm in the middle of it. So I thought I would share some statistics that are out there right now, and then share a little bit about what I believe is a catalyst and a cause for breast cancer. So, and I believe if you understand those things, that that is true prevention. So first, 1 in 8 of our sisters will be diagnosed in their lifetime with breast cancer, and that's right now. It's becoming an epidemic, you guys. 1 in 8. So if you just take a second and count out your sisters right now, your friends, your girls, there will be at least one of you that will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. It's estimated that over 40,000 women, over 40,000 women will die every year from breast cancer. And it's the second leading cause of death for women. And what is funny to me is my gynecologist, back when I was in my late 20s, when I was looking at birth control and we were looking at different causes, and this could cause breast cancer, or this could cause heart disease, or whatever it was. And he said, you won't. He goes, you're not going to die from breast cancer. You're going to die from heart disease before you die from breast cancer. That stuck with me. I'm sharing that because that stuck with me forever, because I didn't take it as seriously as I probably should have, because it doesn't run in my family at all. And what I've learned is that that's a fallacy, because we think that just because it runs in our family or doesn't run in our family that we're safe, and it's not. Less than 5%, from what I understand, less than 5% of the cases are genetic. So remember that we all are open to having this disease. This was an interesting statistic for me. 1 woman will die from breast cancer every 13 minutes in the United States. And in the world, 1 woman will die every 19 seconds. That's unbelievable to me. And men also can have breast cancer too. And 1 in 1,000 men will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. So I wanted to talk just a few minutes on breast cancer and awareness. And I'd love to get your thoughts on this. But you know, people ask me, and kind of are surprised, they ask me different questions like, why do you still have your breasts? Yes, I still have my breasts. And why do I still have my hair? And different questions like that. And so let me just take a step back on my journey so you understand where I've been. when I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, they wanted to go after it very aggressively, and that did not resonate with me. And because I'm younger, they felt that hitting me aggressively, and I was strong, hitting me aggressively would be the right thing and knock it out and blah, blah, blah. But it did not resonate with me at all. So my approach is that I'm looking at the cancer more in a targeted way. So the cancer is had already attached to my bones. It hadn't gone any further than that. So it was already loose in my body. There is no sense in taking my breast. Unless a doctor can give me a good reason for that, and they haven't been able to yet, I'm leaving my breast. And it has been a miracle for me to leave my breast. And I'll share that with you in a second. I love that I have left my breast. Now, it doesn't mean to say that I won't take my breast at some point in time, but it needs to be when I feel it's right and if it's right. I am using targeted treatments based on my type of breast cancer, and there's all different types of breast cancer. So they're targeting, and I'm talking Western medicine, targeting my breast cancer specifically based on my cells. And so we've tested my blood and tested my tissue, and we know what cells have mutated. And so we've got some plans to continue to go after it. I am doing great. And in the last video I published, I was having a major reversal in the cancer. It was really scary for me. Women that go through breast cancer and it comes back years later, it's really, really devastating. Well, I had absolutely successful results in months, and then I started seeing it coming back, and I know exactly why it did. Collectively, we've hit it with a number of different things, and thanks to you guys for your prayers, thanks to you guys for your monetary support. There's just so many things God and the angels and my guides surround me every single moment of every single day, and they're leading me, and that's why we're in Texas. We're not here by accident, and we're just following guidance, and so we're here. And so we're taking my journey very seriously, and also taking it's almost like a science project. I'm in constant alchemy in response to what my body is telling me. So with that said, I believe that breast cancer is an emotional disease. And I believe that based on the journey that I've been on. And I believe that if you take your breasts and you get hit with chemo and radiation, if you don't address the root cause of it, which is the emotional impact, that there might be a reoccurrence down the road because you haven't gotten to the cause. You haven't gotten to why you got it in the first place. And so that, because I've kept my breast, and because I'm struggling with getting it reversed and, well, stopped and reversed, it has been in my face every single day. And as I've told you before, 95% of my efforts are on the emotional side. And so some of the things that I wanted to share with you, and they're just nuggets. If you're a woman who isn't congruent in yourself, and what I mean by that is if you're saying things that aren't congruent with your heart, and you're leading a life that isn't congruent with what you really feel, because you feel it's the right thing to do, because you're trying to protect somebody else, that incongruency can cause disease. So I want you to pay attention to incongruency within yourself. That's one thing. Emotions being suppressed. Do you suppress your emotions rather than process them? So, with this whole enlightenment generation that came on, where, it was all about positivity, which I've talked in a prior blog podcast on positivity, I feel like we lost our voice. We lost our passion. We lost our ability to share our feelings because, oh no, that's too negative. Oh, what was I thinking? Oh, Theresa, you're stupid. Why would you think that? Everybody else is thinking this. Why aren't you thinking that? Oh, what are they going to think about me? Oh, that's going to hurt her feelings. Oh, and so you bottle that and hold that. And that is another catalyst for disease. Because we are based on energy, right? The majority of our body is energetic. And if we're holding that energy and suppressing that energy, where does it go? So I wanted to share those few things because in my mind, that's preventative. Looking at yourself in those ways, deeply in those ways, is what preventative is about. I know it's prevention, get a mammogram. Well, I'm sorry, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because yes, I think a mammogram is important. I prefer thermographs. You can get at any time. They're images. They don't have radiation, and they will pick up. They're early detectors in picking up different things that are formulated in your body. When that was the first thing I looked at, and I was like, oh my gosh. And you guys have seen those images of me and all the red and all that stuff within my body, all that inflammation. But one thing that they picked up is if I didn't change my lifestyle, they could see already that I had early onset of hypertension. I've never been diagnosed with anything close to that. So, and now I'm clean and green, right? Based on the changes that I've made. So I really love thermograms. If you get a mammogram, that's great too. That is your choice. And I think that now looking back, I wouldn't have been so adverse to getting a mammogram. I still don't prefer it, but I wouldn't have been as adverse to it. But what I want to say is, when we say it's prevention, in my mind, it is not. A thermogram or a mammogram is an indicator of how you're doing, how your breast health is. It's an indicator. Preventative is really looking at the emotionality. And so, like, you look at your breast. Most women are diagnosed from their left breast by their heart. Emotion, feminine side, energy. And so I have spent every day, month over month, really diving deep into myself and looking at some things that, wow, I wouldn't have seen if this wouldn't have come down. And I don't want you to have to go through what I am going through right now. I don't wish this on anyone. But with that said, I am going through it, so why not me? And what I would like to do is make sure that I'm sharing with you what I can to help you. And you can disagree with me and say, she's full of it. It is not about emotionality. It is. And one of the beauties, and I talked about the miracle of me keeping my breast, is my breast will tell me if I'm onto something or if I'm going backwards. And so what I mean by that is I can feel the sensations in my breast when I have hit on something that's a major emotional drain or breakthrough for me. I can feel it. I am that aware, and I can feel it. I can also feel when I have resolved something emotionally. I can feel that too. So I know for a fact that the emotions are the predictor of disease and how you handle them. So it's not the emotions are, but how you handle the emotions are a predictor of disease. So I wanted to share that information with you, and I offer to you all information if you want to reach out to me individually. I am an open book, so I'll talk to you about whatever you'd like to talk about regarding my journey and what you're going through as well. And the I Love You Project, I'm so happy about the I Love You Project because what I have sought for myself is a blend of Western medicine, Eastern medicine, and the earth, and a lot of flipping looking into myself. And that takes a lot of money. That insurance does not cover. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I hear that acupuncture is becoming more readily covered by insurance, but these other treatments are not. And so what the I Love You Project is going to focus on, and we're a little slow on it, but my health comes first, so I'm focusing on my healing first and bringing it up very slowly. But I want to be sitting on millions of dollars on the I Love You Project, so that somebody comes to us and says, I want to go to this doctor, and I want to get that protocol for the cancer I'm dealing with, but I can't afford it, that we can scholarship them to do that. I want every single person that gets diagnosed with cancer and other diseases to have a resource to be able to go to give them hope and inspiration, but not to have the financial challenges that are there that can really cripple a person when they're facing this major transformation. I want to take that out of their worry and their concern. So we're working on the I Love You Project, and I'm really excited about that. And there's going to be a lot more to come. But right now I'm just taking my time and bringing that up. And anyway, as I close, I want everyone to know how appreciative I am to each of you for being there for me as a friend. You're there for me as family. Again, the divine, my angels and the guides surround me all the time. Miracles are happening around me and within me all the time. And because of your support in prayers, in friendships, in monetary support, I've been able to get so far the treatments that I need, that I have chosen and that I need to reverse this thing. And I go in for my next PET scan next month. And if you remember, the last PET scan was pretty bad in comparison to what I'd seen. And I think I've got this thing stopped and turned again. And I think it's going to be good. So I wanted to say thank you to everybody. I wanted to give you some information regarding awareness around breast cancer from my perspective. And I want to say I love you all. And I hope you keep in touch. And I will too. And I'll continue to blog and podcast. And my book is finished. We're just making some few changes to it. And then you'll definitely see that out here soon. And it's called Walking into the Fear. Walking into the Fear. So anyway, love you all. Mwah. Blessings. Oh, and I'm going to show you my new healing room. It's just being put together, so there's still a lot of mess. You can see my drums. That's part of my healing. This is my little creative space. And then you can see my, if you can see my little altar and some other cool stuff in there. So this is my little yoga room, meditation room, drumming room, healing and restoration room. So I love Texas. I love being here. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Keep in touch. Namaste.